Welcome back everyone to another tutorial in Femap. Here we're gonna work on improving our meshing skills, and in this tutorial we're gonna focus on meshes that are incongruent, how to make them congruent, and then make sure we merge our nodes. Okay, let's get started. So first up, I have some surfaces here arranged in all kind of ways, and I'm gonna mesh them with different sizes to make sure that our nodes don't fall in the same locations. Mesh control, size on surface. So I'm gonna this one, this one, this one, and this one. I'm gonna mesh it with whatever this size is. Then I'm gonna mesh this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one with something even bigger, 0.2 let's say. And then the remaining surfaces, this, and this, I'm gonna mesh it with something even bigger, at 0.25 let's say. Okay, now if we zoom in, we can see that all these surfaces have different sizes, therefore the nodes are not congruent. See, they are all over the place, they will not line up. We can go ahead and actually mesh them. Mesh geometry, surface, select everything. Okay, leave it as is. Okay, and let's see what do we get. So you can see here, this one's bigger, this one's smaller. Look where the nodes are completely off. Let's look at the other one. Here we have a different trick. Do you see? What is the problem? It's not that only they are off, but by accident they fell in the same place where these stop and a new one starts, but at the same time they still did not join each other. So yeah, they are separate. That is not gonna hold up when we model it. They will dislocate. Here again, very visible that these they're all over the place. Not good. And here we have a big gap that we need to fix. Okay, so this is what we're gonna take a look at, how we can fix by making sure that they are congruent and we do not have duplicate nodes. So to get started, I'm gonna delete the existing mesh. You could go Control Z, but let's use the tool, geometry, model. We have mesh, get rid of the mesh, Control All, okay, and okay. And I'm gonna leave the seeds as is. Sometimes we don't want to destroy all of our work, right? We want to keep some of it. So we're just gonna focus on resetting and working with the areas that are giving us trouble. So let's go to mesh, mesh control, size along the curve, and we're gonna select the common free edges, and 1, 2. You click 2 times because there's 2 edges, right? One belonging to 1, one belonging to 2. And on these, we're gonna go ahead and reset the seeds. Okay, we're gonna leave all the other ones alone. So here, I'm gonna click once, click twice. Watch here how it adds 2 different numbers, 2 different edges. Here too, I'm gonna click once, twice, once, twice, once, twice, once, twice. Let's go to here, have 1, 2. Here you can actually see that there's 2 edges, right? Because they are far away from each other. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, click OK. And here we're not gonna add any number or whatever. We're gonna click this one, reset. And if you can see, you look carefully, you see the seeds all on all the other surfaces, but the ones that we reset, they're all nice and smooth. They're gone. There's no more seeds on those lines. Cancel this out. If you want to visualize your free edges, you can go to the meshing tool right here, meshing, and you can come here, click on the little arrow and toggle entity locator. You turn that on. Oh, let's make some room over here because way too much of free edges. They free edges, there you go. So we clicked on the free edges, and you can see all the edges between everything. Some free edges give us headaches, some don't, right? Like these out here, nobody cares, it's fine. But the ones that are common between two or more surfaces, they give us trouble. So that's why we're fixing them. So to get rid of the highlights, Control G. Let's go ahead and make sure that our meshes will be congruent on these shared edges. So go back to mesh control, size along curve, and click 2 times in that location. Do the same. We'll skip this one for now, we'll come back to that guy later. 1 2 1 2. Okay, great. We lost count, so there you go. Sometimes you have to restart. Mesh, size along curve, so 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Here 2 as well. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 and 2. Okay, we selected all of them. Click OK, and now we can either give it the same size, or we can go with number of elements. Let's just go with this one. So I'm gonna make sure that all those edges, they are only 6 elements. Okay, so okay, so there you go. Now if you look at them, look at your diamonds, there you go. All the, cancel this out, all the nodes are congruent. Doesn't matter which surface they belong to, they are in the same location. That's what we mean by congruent. So we can go ahead and we can skip this guy, but let's see, go back to mesh, geometry, surface, select all. Well, not select all, we can click on box select. I'm gonna skip that one for now. Come on. Oh, it selected that too. Fabulous. Delete. Oh, it included them. Which one? Okay, good, it's not selected anymore. There you go. So see, sometimes you get lost, you lose track of what you selected, what you don't. That's why we have these highlight tools. So do we have still box select? Okay, there you go. I want these guys, and I also want the box select. I also want these guys. So highlight, make sure that everything we wanted. Yep, there you go. Good. Okay. Mesh. Let's see, leave the quad. Okay. Yes. And let's see. Let's zoom in. Even though our edges don't match, we don't have the same rules for both of these surfaces. On the lines where they do match, we have congruent nodes right now. If we bring up Q, Control Q, click visualize your mesh, your nodes and elements, done. Oh great, we can't see because the background is black and all the writings are black, I'm guessing. Let's change our background. View, background, do something lighter. Let's say this one. Okay. Nope. Then what the heck? Oh, there you go. Labels. Okay, labels. Node and element. Ooh, we almost got confused there. So, see? What do we see? Even though they are congruent, which is good, it's only half the job. Because, as you can see, we do not have clear numbering on these nodes. That's because there's 2 nodes in each location still, one belonging to this, one belonging to this. So we have duplicate nodes. And if we look at all of our surfaces, it's the same story everywhere. We have duplicate nodes, right? Okay, so let's take care of them. back here, and we're gonna go to tools, check coincident nodes. There you go. And here we're gonna do another box select. I'm gonna select everything that's over here. It's okay if you select nodes that do not have duplicate nodes next to them. He'll figure it out. Click OK. Here, make sure your tolerance is acceptable, and that means that everything that is this or smaller, it will combine them. Okay. Click OK. And what do we see? Where is it? Do we see or do we not? Oh, there you go. If we zoom in, what do we see? We see that it did not join. So why is that? Because our tolerance was way too big. So let's fix it. Go back. We're at tools, check. Or one way you can make sure that your tolerance is okay is go on measure distance, and then go ahead, click on that, go ahead, click on that. Okay, and there you go. This is the distance between them, right? Cancel it out. So now when we go to tools, coincident, check coincident nodes, we're gonna do a box select again in this area. Pick box. There you go. Okay, now let's see, 0.001, and our distance is 0.038. This is way bigger than our tolerance. So let's see, 0.04. See, that is bigger than our actual one, so it's gonna fall in the correct range. So now click OK. Bam, there you go. We do not have a problem anymore. See, now we have beautifully merged nodes. There you go. And see, that's what it did. We have only one node. These two are basically became the one and the same. Even though you see a little gap, that's just fictitious. It understands them as the same one. Good. Okay, let's do the same for these. Over here, tools, check coincident nodes, pick, I'm gonna box select, do all of these. Okay, now let's see, what do you think? Let's go with the same 0.05. Let's see, are we gonna cover everything? Yeah, good. We didn't have any gaps that were bigger than that, so all our nodes are fixed. There you go, there you go, there you go. Awesome. And now let's go to the last one. This one's huge, right? Basically the same thing what we saw at the first one, but the first one was very small. Here it is seriously bigger. So let's do a measure on it. This one, okay. This one, okay. And there's the distance, 0.105. Okay, so now that when we do check coincident nodes, again let's do a box from there to here. We have everything included. Highlight it if you're not sure. Okay, now here let's make sure we exceed this one, right? So 0.12, let's see. Okay, and there you have it. It took care of it. The blue is still the geometry and the white is the mesh. So if you want to turn off the blue, because it's annoying to see right there, so we can see only the mesh. And look at it, how it fixed it. See, even though it's a ridiculous gap, it managed to work it out and make it happen. And we do not have any more duplicate nodes. Okay, very good. Now let's take a look at our last example right here. Let's turn geometry back on. Here we need to have a little bit different approach, because there's no way we can merge the nodes off of this surface with the nodes here, because this one has an edge, the bottom one does not have an edge over here, just the middle of its area. And for this one I'm gonna show different approaches that you can have to get this done. So let's make a copy first of this setup. Go to geometry, copy, surface, this and this. Okay, we're gonna make I don't know, let's do 10 copies. I'm not sure we're gonna need all of them, but just to make sure, let's see, we're gonna go along this, what axis we're gonna copy them on the z-axis in the negative direction, and let's say 2 distance between them. Okay, there you go. We have all of them seeded, and we have all the IDs displayed. Good. Okay, some of you that watched the previous tutorial on meshing, some of these steps might be similar to you, or you might recognize them, that hey, it's the same one. So yeah, we use tools interchangeably. Okay, so here for example I'm gonna slice the bottom piece in half, or wherever this curve is, to make sure that we have an edge there that we can join the surfaces with. Go ahead to go to geometry, mid surface, and intersect. I want to intersect this and this surface. Click OK, and there you have it. Right away we can see that we have 3 identities right now. Very good. Now what we can do, come and reset the edges of these, but we didn't have anything there. Well, not just to make sure, you can go to mesh control, along curve, select this, this and this, all 3 edges, because we have 3 here right now. So you just click 3 times and you can see the identity of all 3 appear. Click OK. Number of elements, we don't care for that. We came here right now to reset. There you go. We have reset these edges. Good. Now we can proceed. Mesh control, size along curve, and again 1, 2 and 3. Click 3 times. Okay, and we can make sure that we assign the same number of elements for all 3 edges belonging to this and this surface. So what did we do for the other one? 5, 6, something like that. There you go, 6 elements for each. Click OK, and that's what it is. Now we have 6 nodes for all. Go ahead and let's do a mesh cancel. Control G to get rid of the highlights. Go to mesh, geometry, surface, this and this. Okay, leave those as is. Okay, and okay, and there you have it. What do we see? Nice, it beautifully congruent meshes, and since we selected all 3 at the same time, we do not have duplicate nodes. If we mesh them one by one, mesh this, get out of the tool, then come back, mesh this one, get out of the tool, mesh this one, get out of the tool, then you will have duplicate nodes, and you would have to do the same process like you did here, right? Just get rid of the duplicate nodes. Another option would be, let's move on to our next one. Let's do a slicing. Geometry, solid, slice, right here. Let's there's more than one option. Let's take a look at width plane. Okay, asking select solid to slice. So I want to slice this one. Okay, what surface do I want to slice it with? So let's click surface normal, asking for a surface. I want this one, asking at a point, and another one for axis of reference. click OK, and it'll just slice right through it, right? We have 3 different surfaces now, and now we can go ahead and do the exact same steps as we did for the other one to make sure we have congruent nodes right here. Well, let's move on to our next one. Here we're gonna do something similar. Geometry, solid, slice. Let's do with a plane again, but this time we're gonna use a different method. That's the did I pick the correct one? Yeah, so that's the one I want to slice, and with what surface do we want to slice? So instead of that, I'm gonna pick points right now. So we need 3 non-collinear points to define a plane, right? So pick 3, there you go, and we can click OK, and bam, there you go, sliced it right away. We have 3 identities. Let's go to the next one. Almost similar but a little bit different approach. Solid, slice. This time let's do with sheet solid. OK, asking what surface we want to slice, the bottom one. OK, now is asking for with what surface. We're gonna pick this one. OK, and bam, that's it. We have 3 surfaces now. On the next one, geometry, solid, slice with a curve this time. This one, let's take a look at that one. Slice solid, which solid we want to slice. This one, asking curve to slice with the bottom curve of the top, the vertical surface, right? We'll pick that one. Okay, what direction do we want to slice in? Look at the Y, see, parallel with the Y, so we'll go in the Y direction, downwards negative. Okay, and there you have it, 3 surfaces. On the next one, let's try geometry. Now we switch gears a little bit. Curve from surface, there you go. Let's do an intersect. What surface? I want this surface. What do I want to slice with? This one. Click OK, there you go, 3 pieces. On the next one, we can do geometry from curve from surface. We can do a projection. This is the one we want to project onto. Okay, what do we want to project onto? This one right here. Okay, and there you go, 3 surfaces. Another option, geometry, curve from surface, split at locations. Select face to split. I want to split that one, and select first where to split. So I'm gonna pick it with designating some points. I'm gonna designate this point. Okay, I'm gonna designate this point. Okay, and bam, there you go. That's all it is. 3 surfaces. Okay, and one last note, same features that we were working with up here under geometry, we can access similar or same features in here too, down in the meshing toolbox. This is the model tree one, but here in the meshing, go to geometry editing, and here we have several of the same features or similar. Like let's say try slice, for example. Then we can pick out of these 2. This one is more beginner friendly, this one's more faster. There you go, let's pick this one. Surfaces, this one I want to slice. It's asking you specify the cutting plane. Let's go ahead, pick 3 points again. That'll work. Click in here. I want this, this, and this to specify. Okay, and there you go, it cut it. And you can explore some other options here as well. Okay, and once you split the surface, go back to what we discussed back here, and then you can resume your taking care of your mesh congruency, and then make sure there's no duplicate nodes. Alright, this video is long enough. I hope we hammered home the idea that there are several ways of doing the same thing, right? Okay then, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and tune in for the next one. Have a good one.